RedDragonDarts.com sponsors darts on Sky.
Well, on a day where he has reached the #1 ranking, the summit of the sport, he has capped it off in style. Humphries already wanting revenge by the sounds of it. Roll on the world, yeah. Of course, they have got the Players' Championship finals before that, though. Wayne, Littler talked about it. Was it the 160 for him to go 11-9 up? Was that the big turning point and the big moment?
It seemed it to us in the commentary box, but when a player says it, then they're feeling it as well. But it was a leg where Luke Humphries went for the 170, mucked up the 25. He missed the big number, then missed the double four. Luke taking out that 160. It seemed like the catalyst, but he was already getting on top before that. He won 10 of the last 13 legs. And that was about number 4 or 5 in the middle of that. He was getting away from Luke there and then anyway. Luke Humphries wasn't doing a lot wrong. He just wasn't creating as many chances as Luke Littler. Luke's 180s were, I'm not going to say the difference, but they did definitely give him a few more darts at a double. And scoring-wise, that is as bad, and it wasn't bad. That is as bad as Luke Humphries has been in the event. His first and second dart wasn't at it, like it was in the semi-final and the quarter-final, where he was kind of 140, 180 kind of every leg. It seemed that way anyway. Maybe it was pressure, maybe it was just you can't keep doing it, but whilst it wasn't a vintage performance from either, they still basically averaged a ton. That's how good it was. Yeah, it's crazy.
They set these incredibly high standards as a problem.
What was really good, they have, and what was really good is to hear Luke Humphries afterwards say that. We are the best two. I don't think he bigs himself up enough, and I don't know why he's bigging himself up now after losing the #1 spot. He should have been doing that. I'm not saying it's wrong, but for me, he is the pair of them. Just, they go at it differently to the others. You feel like they can do it every single day, every single match, and no matter what the situation. Others have to match them. They don't have to match anyone, do they? Not even each other sometimes. But when you look at the way they go about their business, it is just, it's elevated because the others are so good, but just not as good as them. And to hear Luke Humphries be really buoyant after defeat, good on him. Yeah. Good on him, rather than all negative.
Roll on the world. You said a minute ago about Luke Littler reeling off 10 of the last 13 legs. Did we always think it was going to come down to one of these spells? Because we spoke about that at the top of the show, the burst. More so, we were talking about Luke Humphries, but these two, they can put that spell on, can't they? They
really can, yeah, and he showed it because Luke Humphries didn't go off the boil. Like I said, Luke was creating chances and taking them. Then once you do start to get away from an opponent, I've been on both ends of this, where you start to get away from it in a long game, as the person that's behind chasing, it really can feel like, my word, I'm doing my best here, but I'm not getting anywhere. And on the flip side of that is that I've broke him. You can see it in someone's demeanour, someone's pace. He picked it up halfway through that game. Oh, not halfway through, 3/4 of the way through. Luke Littler started to pick the pace up. That tells you he's feeling okay. That tells you he's feeling good about himself. Seldom do that when someone's struggling. They seem to slow down when they're struggling. But they're used to winning.
He is so used to winning by this point, isn't he?
Retaining this, the World Champ, the Grand Prix Champ, the Match Play Champ, the UK Open Champ. I probably forgot something in there. And the world #1. It's a great time for anyone to watch darts, to come to darts, to be involved in darts, because these two are creating a golden era between them. They really are.
I know we've spoken about this already, but again, just put into context, I'm not even just talking about darts, in sport in general, the fact that he has reached the summit of this sport in less than 2 years.
It is ridiculous, and because we've really never seen it before, it seems even more ridiculous. But I did a piece for some press a couple of days ago, and I said that in 4 or 5 years it wouldn't surprise me if the semi-finals of the World Championships consisted of 4 teenagers. It wouldn't surprise me. If you'd have said that before Luke Littler, it would have been, are you mad? Now it seems doable. It just does. It seems like there will be another Luke Littler around the corner. I'm not saying in the next year or so, but in the next 2 or 3. And people and players and kids watching him will be inspired to be like him, like I was watching Eric Bristow, like someone else watching Phil Taylor.
These moments are so special, and we say it so often because he's winning title after title, but they're all huge steps for him, still in a way. I know he's won this before, he's just retained it, but it's still another huge moment, and he acts like it's almost the first time he's winning these things or doing these things.
Every champion will tell you, Michael van Gerwen is the absolute master at this. Michael van Gerwen, all what he's won, whenever he collects a big title, you would see tears in his eyes. And it was the case of, look what I've achieved. And remember chatting with Michael, and he has said before, you never know when the last one is. You never know. And of course he's going to win more. It doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. And you have to appreciate when you do something amazing. And look at him. That is an amazing achievement. And we have to, in a way, you kind of have to forget his age and everything now, because the experience he's got and how good he is, it's beyond his age.
And look at that. Just joining a very small list as well of not just winners, but in terms of multiple winners.
Yeah. And at the age of 18, there's me saying forget his age, and I brought his age up. Typical me.
It's hard.
Say he's at this kind of level for the next 4 or 5 years. Why can't he go on and win another 3 or 4 and win the World Championships? Because that's how you get judged. You're always judged on being a world champion and how many you win. If he was to win 5 of these and only 1 world title, it'd be, why did he only win 1 world title? You'd be judged on them. So, like Luke Humphries said, he'd be world number 1 for 7 weeks.
Okay.
He will be judged on that. And going back to Michael van Gerwen, there was a time when he won 26 events in 1 year, but didn't win the Worlds, and literally said, I'd swap the whole lot for being a world champion. That's what that does. So, interesting times and exciting times. Yeah. Whilst this is absolutely huge right now, come the Worlds...
It's the biggest thing. The Worlds is the biggest thing. Well done. Another word on Luke Humphries then, because it feels like maybe not tonight, but his tournament as a whole, is that the best version we've seen of him for some time?
Well, he said it. He said that to us, literally, that this is the best he's felt in a long, long time, and I believe him. I believe him. The fact that he didn't win, okay, you can look at it as a massive negative, but the way he played here, he was playing, for me, better than Luke Littler going into that final. It just didn't happen in the final. We do get sidelined by someone getting beat. That defeat is it's the be-all and end-all. If you're playing well every day, you're all right. He's the world number 2. He's the Premier League champion. Look, he's all right.
He's all right.
He's all right. No stress yet. If he just goes about his work like he has done here at the Players' Championship and at the Worlds, he's got no one to fear.
But it almost feels like after that final, the fact that he's already talking about, I'm going to go and win the Worlds, he's more motivated than ever.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And like I said, I wish he was this buoyant when he was the world number 1 and the world champion. Luke Humphries is an amazing ambassador for the game. Remains an amazing ambassador. And even in defeat there, he went over to Luke Littler, cuddled him. These two get on. They're friends off of the stage, and you can see when they're playing, there's a respect, there's a you're my enemy right now, but as the winning dart goes in and there's a loser, they hug and show respect. It's a wonderful thing for the pair of them.
And aside from the 2 in our final this evening, it feels like we've had some real success stories this week. Danny Noppert, who cannot fly under the radar any longer in another semi-final. Gerwyn Price in a first TV ranking semi-final for a couple of years. The likes of Lucas Venig, who many people out there hadn't even heard of before this tournament. Yeah,
Danny Noppert continues to be a threat. When will he start to be valued? Lucas Venig, Josh Rock playing well again. Jurjen van der Velde. How good was he against Luke Humphries? Showed some real class. There's others, of course, I just can't remember them all. But this tournament in particular, because of the group phases, you do, and those that are international qualifiers, you get to see different players. At the Worlds now, with 128, we're going to see some real different players. There's going to be success stories coming from there, but with all the success stories, it's the 1 and 2 that play out in the final. It's just the way it is because they're the best.
Just before we go, then, how excited are you for the Worlds?
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it runs up to it, actually, because you've got a lot of the big hitters not playing in Minehead for, we're saying a lot. Got Michael van Gerwen. You've got some others that need to find form. You've got others that are in form. And for the Worlds, there's what, 1 of 7, 8, 9 maybe that can win it. But these two are the two.
They're the ones to beat.
I'm going to predict it'll be a Luke and Luke final, boringly, but that's the way it is because they are head and shoulders.